in this case, they give you two inequalities that were shaded fully, but they only kept the section that they intersect. And it says, write a system of inequalities that represents f of x and g of x. So they give you two functions, f of x and g of x. So let's start with f of x. To write the inequality, first we need to write the equation of the line. So therefore we need m and b, where b is your y-intercept. So therefore it crosses that y-axis at 3. And your slope, I want to select another point, which is right here. Your slope is going to be negative because the line is going down. So it'll be down 2 and over 1, or just negative 2. So therefore my equation will be y, and that'll be negative 2x plus 3. Now, this is an inequality. So I need to decide whether it's greater than or less than. So I just select a point on the graph, and I'm going to place an up arrow and down arrow. So in this case, they shaded the top section, so it'll be greater than. But because the line is solid, it's going to also be equal to. Now let's do the same thing for g of x. First, I'm going to find my m and my b, my slope and my y-intercept. My y-intercept is negative 5. My slope is positive because it's going up. And I want to select another point, which is here, so I'll be up 1 and over 1, up 1 and over 1. Or just 1 over 1, which is 1. So my equation will be y, 1x, or just x, minus 5. And I need to decide whether they shaded the top or the low side. So I want to select any point on the graph, up arrow and down arrow, and you can easily see that they shaded the top, so therefore will be greater than. And I do not need an equal sign because the line is dashed. So let's go and rewrite the first inequality. Instead of y, I'm going to use f of x greater than or equal to negative 2x plus 3. Second one will be g of x greater than x minus 5 or 1x. Either one is fine. On the next section, it says, choose coordinates that represent valid solutions to the system for each quadrant. If no solutions exist in the quadrant, write none. First, quadrant 1. Now, an easy way to remember your quadrants in Spanish is cuadro, so always think of the letter C. Quadrant 1, 2, 3, and 4. So for quadrant number 1, we can select a point. I'm going to select this point here, so it'll be 3, 1. So quadrant number 2 is here. Now notice that the graph goes only so far, but I know there's going to be a point high enough that is going to fall on the graph, so I'm just going to place negative 1 to the left, and I'm going to go up 50. That'll be another point. We can't see on the graph, but I know for sure it's going to be shaded. Quadrant number 3, if you notice on quadrant number 3, is never going to be shaded, so it'll be none. In quadrant number 4, we can use this point here, which is 3 and negative 1. And those will be your answers.